Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone, from Ollie Thomas Gym on the road tonight in Winfield. The Buhler Crusaders in a makeup game with the Winfield Vikings. Crusader basketball on the air here on 95.9 HKFM, streaming on the Astro Radio app and on the Crusader Sports Network tonight. Powered by Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas. Hi, everyone. Aaron West alongside Carson Muller and Chris Shank. Welcome inside our Midway Motors drive to the game. Tonight, it's the 9-1 Crusaders, third ranked in Class 3A as the new rankings came out this week. And they will meet the 1-9 Winfield Vikings here on a Makeup Wednesday, the first of two meetings between these two league schools this year. The game was scheduled to be played back a couple of weeks ago, but the game postponed because of COVID protocol and rescheduled for this Wednesday night. Well, Buhler went 2-1 last week at the Solana Invitational Tournament and finished third place for a third time in that tournament, losing the semifinal game to Wichita South last Friday, 54-38. They bounced back on Saturday with a 55-41 win over Solana Central. Here are some highlights from Saturday's game. And gets around the defender for Central, dumps it off Stambaugh. Meyer, he wants a three in the corner, and he'll make it. Wade Myers got five. It's to Hernandez, back to Stambaugh in the corner. Ethan working the baseline, slides it far corner, Voth for three. Yes, it's a two, but the bucket good by Jack Voth. Comes Ricker on a reverse layup, good. What a shot by Grant.
Great to see him go to the bucket.
Myers, no look pass in the corner to Hernandez for three. It's perfect. Isaiah Hernandez lights up the scoreboard with a third three. And it's 40-33 and a timeout Central. Both drives underneath. Matt Eddy got left. And the layup good. The vision by Jack Voth.
Eddy was sitting down there.
A 13-4 start puts Central up 9 in that game early. Down 9 at the beginning of the second quarter. Buhler's offense came to life, going on an 11-1 run to claim the lead. Buhler was up 35-33 at the end of the third and then pulled away in the fourth, outscoring Central 21-8 to win by 15. Buhler finished +9 at the free throw line and +12 on the boards. And nice thing about Saturday, guys, we talked about the Friday loss, how Buhler would bounce back from that first loss of the season. And they got off to a little bit of a sluggish start on Saturday, but man, once the offense kicked in, they were able to pull away. Good to see them bounce back well.
Yeah, it's always interesting when a team is undefeated, when they get that first loss of the season. What way do they go? Do they have the mentality of coming back to work and coming together, or do they start having the cracks and splintering and finger pointing? And with the way the boys bounce back and picking up that win in the third place game, I think it answered the question on just what direction the team was going to go.
And Carson, I love seeing guys pick up other guys. Tough second and third games, I think, for Grant Ricker. A little bit frustrated that his shot wasn't going in, but then you could visibly see it. A guy like Isaiah Hernandez steps up on Saturday and said, hey, my team needs me to score today. And he was able to do that. And it's good to see those guys pick each other up.
Yeah, and I think that, you talk about what happens when a team takes its first loss. I think that was the other question coming into the season that we hadn't really seen. What happens when the scorers aren't scoring? Who's going to step up? And this weekend and for the rest of the year, it's going to have to be Isaiah Hernandez. He's not one that will always light up the scoreboard, but when he's called upon, he knows how to put the ball in the bottom of the net. So I think that him being able to step up when he needed to is very telling for what this team will be able to do in the postseason.
Buhler mentioned +9 at the free throw line, 24 of 27. That was one of the big differences in the game. Chris, you remember back to that Friday game when the officials let most of the contact inside go. It was the exact opposite on Saturday, and that benefited Buhler. South's bigs inside so physical, got in foul trouble early, and Buhler was able to make them pay at the free throw line.
Yeah, I told numerous people because I saw them at little kid games on Saturday, and they're like, well, what happened last night? And I said, well, when you're playing a physical City League team that wants to play physical, a loosely called game is going to be to your detriment. And that's kind of the way it went for the Crusaders. And the nice thing is, and you talked about it, being a basketball team, it's just like baseball or any sport, you have to be able to adjust to the way it's going to be officiated. And so that's given me a lot of hope for the future for the Crusaders, and the fact that, you know, they can play in a game that's tightly officiated. They can also play in a game where they let them go a little bit. But, you know, South just was so physical, and in a loosely called game that's going to be to our detriment.
Yeah, you could see it. Central, their two bigs in that second quarter got in foul trouble. And Jack Voth sensed it. You could watch as he, at that point, kind of took over the game. You know, Jack's always going to be the centerpiece of this offense. But interesting comments that Coach made after the game. He said, yeah, Jack's got to get his. But when we're really good is when Jack is also looking to create for other guys. Interesting comments there.
Yeah, and we've mentioned before when Jack is able to be on top of his game and he's able to work down low and create mismatches, that's when teams have to come help. And so when he gets down in that lane, he's able to find guys like Grant and Wade and Isaiah to hit outside shots. So I think it's very important for when Jack is on his game to not only get his own, which he has to be able to do, but also be able to dish it out and trust guys like Grant Ricker and help him get back to a heat check and let him create his own.
It was a coming out party in the tournament for Wade Meyer, who had double-digit scoring in all 3 games in the tournament, including 17 in that opening round against Salina South. And boy, him being able to score like that, what a bonus it is to this team to complement what both and Ricker have been doing. Now you kind of have a 3-headed monster scoring-wise, and I think if Wade can continue to develop like that, it makes him even tougher to beat.
Yeah, and with the game that I got to see in the tournament, you know, he knocked down a bunch of threes, and so, you know, him being able to be that threat along the perimeter. Anytime you got a guy that can be a threat along the perimeter, it's going to open the dribble drive game of some of the other players, and just makes it that much more of a type of team that, you know, if you can sit there and say, we stop this guy, we're going to win. The more guys that can step up on any given night and scoring, it makes you that much more difficult to defend.
Beater 9-1 now. 5-0 the first time through the league. 4-0 actually. They'll have their 5th league game tonight. That'll wrap up the first time through the league schedule. And both the men and women will be back in action coming up this Friday. That'll be Heston in the Fieldhouse. That is homecoming on Friday night against the Heston Swathers. And we'll have homecoming festivities for you at halftime of that game. Ladies went 1-2 last week at the SIT and got that Saturday win over Wichita West for their 2nd win of the season. They played Winfield earlier in the year and are off tonight. Winfield Vikings on the guys' side through 10 games, just 1-9. It has been a tough stretch for Ben Ponce's team, and we'll break them down coming up a little bit later in the broadcast. Crusader basketball tonight brought to you by Hutchinson Community College, by the Mid-Kansas Credit Union, Dick's Phillips 66, by Neufield's Flooring, and by Daylight Donuts. We've got more of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, our player profile, when we come back. Crusader basketball on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network. And the Crusader Sports.
Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Visit Midway Motors on 30th Street in Hutchinson or online at midwaymotors.com. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our 4-year-old grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 80 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
HKFM.
And welcome back. Aaron West here on our Midway Motors drive to the game. Time for tonight's Phoenix Restoration player profile. Junior Matt Eddy with us on the show. Matt, let's talk about midpoint in the season for you, how it's been, getting quite a few varsity minutes off the bench, and how that transition from last year to this year has been for you.
It's been pretty good. I feel like I've gotten a lot better. The team's gotten a lot better throughout the year. We've grown up a lot. And we're working on some things, and I think we're going to be good.
A lot of nights you're going inside against some bigger physical kids. How's it been adapting to that? And obviously, so far you seem to hold your own down low. So,
yeah, it's good. Jack pushes us in practice. He's bigger and he can get in there, but he helps. He definitely helps us get better.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have got a chance to. Obviously, solid season with just the one loss so far. Big change from last year. All those seniors, of course, that graduated, and a lot of guys getting minutes this year. How's that chemistry been so far?
It's been good. We've definitely matured a lot, and we're getting better. I was a little nervous with our maturity and stuff, and not very much experience, but a lot of people have stepped up, and we're doing good.
Yeah, you guys, of course, got your first loss in that South game at the tournament last week. Seems like you bounced back from that. Experiences like that make you a stronger team. You came back and had a really good game against Central.
Yeah, I think that loss was good for us. We were able to watch film at practice and learn what we did bad, and it was good for us.
Jumping back to football season just for a minute, you guys obviously phenomenal year. You kind of had a breakout season at wide receiver. Did you see that coming? Talk to me about that experience, and turned out to be a pretty good combination between you and Brad.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I wasn't expecting it. Brock was like the wide receiver one. He went down against Andover Central the first time, and just kind of since then, me and Brad clicked, and it was just good.
All right, man. Well, best of luck on the floor tonight and the rest of the season. Thanks for your time, okay?
Thank you.
That is Matt Eddy here in our player profile. We're back with more right after this.
Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. Check out the Crusader Closet at our next home football game. Our customized designs and inventory are updated continually. From seats to blankets, t-shirts and sweatshirts, shorts and joggers, Crusader Closet has you covered for all things Buhler. All sales support our Crusader students through the Buhler Booster Club. Like the Buhler High School Booster Club page on Facebook to keep up to date and outfit your entire family with the Buhler gear they want at the Crusader Closet.
What if there were a faster and easier way to buy your next vehicle? If you could not only look at cars online or on your phone, but negotiate price, financing, value your trade-in, and schedule delivery. With Midway Motors Fast Track program, now you can. Select your vehicle, determine your monthly payments, value your trade-in, schedule your test drive, and then come in to sign the paperwork and the vehicle is yours. Learn more at midwaymotors.com. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back here at Ollie Thomas Gym in Winfield. Our Midway Motors drive to the game. Midway Motors, family-owned and operated, and committed to making our communities a better place to live. Never want to have anybody actually committed. Visit one of their 6 locations throughout central Kansas. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. So interesting, I was talking to one of the Winfield parents here tonight about, Winfield obviously struggling. Why are we playing this game? Well, I can tell you why we're playing it from a Buhler perspective, as they're vying for one of those top 4 spots in the West, and that could come down to you only have 19 games in and somebody else has 20, and so boy, every win, every loss make a huge difference in that tight group up top.
Yeah, no, I'm very thankful that Winfield was kind enough to reschedule this, because sometimes teams, when they're having a rough year and the game gets postponed, they're not as apt to find another night and try to make it work. So hats off to Winfield for making it happen.
Every game could be important down the stretch. Buhler right now the number 1 seed by a game in the West. A ton of basketball left to play, obviously, in a very tough schedule with Heston, Collegiate, and Dale back-to-back, all 3 state ranked at the moment. 4A rankings coming into tonight Liège, Eudora, Buhler, McPherson, Paola, Andale, Abilene, Pratt, Circle, and Tonganoxie are the top two. Buhler averaging 59 points a game, giving up 49. They scored just 38 in that second game at the South Tournament. You can kind of see it a little bit, Carson, unravel for them. First time they've really experienced things not going well. And the physicalness of South, the fact that they didn't call fouls really got to them. Hopefully that helps them learn some things for the future, makes them a tougher team, because I definitely think teams like McPherson will look at that film and maybe take some things away from it.
Oh yeah, and you can tell visibly those guys were frustrated, especially Grant Ricker, when you're so confident in your ability to score and it doesn't happen. The balls don't fall, and then the foul call down low really frustrated some drives and kicks, and Coach Swanson was trying to fight, get some of those fouls called. It didn't go their way. And so teams all around the league, all around the state, if you're undefeated and a Wichita South team who isn't widely known as a team that's a legit contender, they're going to watch that film, and they're going to see what did they do that we can try to do. So they're going to try to get the ball down low. They're going to try to go at Jack and get him in foul trouble. And so it really depends on what the team has. If you have a big, they're going to try to get them both in there. They're going to make Diedrich play lights out every game he can, and if he can't, that's where they're going to try to exploit it.
Yeah, Diedrich had the misfortune, I think, in that tournament at being just 6'4", and not a big 6'4". We've sung Diedrich's praises early in the year. He's been a fantastic addition to this team. But going against some of those really big, really physical guys, I think exposed him a little bit in the tournament. It'd be nice starting tonight if he can kind of get back to doing what he does well.
Yeah, he had to match up. I think going back to that South game where he had to match up against Hardgrave, where, finding out that kid was just 14, but, 6'7", and a big 6'7". You think about, and that's just one example of one player that Diedrich had to defend and contend with in that tournament. So the nice thing is there's maybe not as much size in the ABCTL Division III as we saw from some of those teams in the SIT.
He may say 14 on his birth certificate, but he looks every bit of 23.
Yeah.
So he's a big dude. And fortunately, we don't have a ton of those guys.
Yes, walking around
in the ABCTL.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Won't see a lot of those down the stretch here. The Vikings 1-9 under 10th-year head coach Ben Ponce. They went to 1-1 in the Halstead tournament last week. Got their first win of the year and looked like they couldn't be beaten on Thursday night over Garden Plains 78-44. They did not get to play their Saturday game against Minneapolis, but I was watching a little bit of the Garden Plains film, and they really love to pound the ball inside. Armand Acosta, Ian McCauley both had 12 points. They love to get Acosta and McCauley and those guys in the lane and pound the ball to the glass. They were able to do that against Garden Plain. You would think they'll have a little bit more trouble with that, the way Buhler can play defense tonight.
Yeah, and Acosta's a big boy. You might recognize that name. He's their running back in football, and they gave him the ball and said, you go do what you want to do. And he's a load to tackle, and so when you transfer that to this basketball court, these are a very physical, athletic, but built guys, and they're going to want to pound it down low. They're not going to want to try to exploit you out on the wings where the Crusaders have the upper hand and they're quicker. They want to get you down low, play a very physical game like South. They don't have the height, so we'll see how well Diedrich, Matthew Eddy will be able to come off the bench and guard those posts tonight.
I haven't figured this out, though. Acosta is 6'1". Why does he look like he's about 7 foot on the football field?
Yeah, he looked like a monster in football and out here, but maybe that's just a testament to what kind of size Winfield has. Out here, he looks pretty pedestrian right now, yeah. But like I said, on the football field, he looked giant. But talking about him, too, and you didn't get a chance to come down here, but he was recognized when the girls played down here as being selected for the Shrine Bowl. And just what a that's such a huge honor. It's a big testament to what kind of an athlete he is. And I believe, I can't remember where they said he was going to go play in college, but
I don't remember either.
It doesn't surprise me. He's a really good kid, really good dude. Talked to him after the games, but he's been a very good football player from the moment freshman year. So big congrats to him on the Shrine Bowl, and I know he'll play well in that.
He is tough and hard to bring down. This Viking team just 48 points a game, and you'll see that in that slow, deliberate half-court offense that they go through stretches where they struggle scoring, giving up 66 so far this year. They graduated 3 starters from a team that only won 2 games a year ago, and in their last 4 seasons combined, they have just 8 wins. They are in a tough stretch. And I think that's interesting because we've seen an uptick in their football. You know, they've had a pretty good baseball program. And I think who was the one pitcher that was so good for them?
A couple years ago. Yeah. I was going to say, last year we threw a combined no-no and
yeah, they had a bunch of kids, I think.
Graduate, yeah.
Yeah, graduate. But they've had a decent baseball program.
Their athletics are trending on the upward. Their new football coach is really starting something.
Surprised why their basketball team has struggled as much as it has.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's it's always interesting. Well, in basketball, I mean, they've got a whole slug of seniors. They have a massive senior class. And the one thing, too, just kind of talking about them this year, you know, they're coming off their first win of the season. So it's one of those that, you know, kind of makes it a little bit where the Crusaders have got to be ready to rock and roll tonight because Winfield's going to have the most momentum they've had all season long this evening.
It was K.C. Crandall.
Yes.
Yeah, as they, Buhler and Winfield, not last year, but the year before, I think, split. And Crandall was a pretty good little pitcher.
Decent basketball player, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you're talking about coming off that first win, playing with a little bit of house money. This is one of those, you always talk about it, you don't want to be Buhler coming over confident and kind of take this for granted and let the home team hang around on an odd night. That can sometimes bite you.
Yeah, and tonight, all the girls basketball team is here. You know, if you don't have anything to do on a Wednesday night in Winfield, you're here. So you're coming off, if you're Winfield, you're coming off a win, and you scored 70 points, which is the most you've scored all season. So you want to keep that going. You want to start fast, and you know this is a team that they got upset in the tournament, and you want to try to exploit, and don't let them get any sort of momentum. If you got to foul them, you're going to foul them hard. So it'll be interesting to see.
I'd be in my Barca lounger. I don't know, but Midway Motors drive to the game. Buhler and Winfield coming up. And we'll have more of our pregame in just a moment. Crusader basketball on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
The Midway Motors drive to the game on HKFM. We're just moments away from Lady Crusader basketball. Stream tonight's game live on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app, powered by Next Tech Wireless.
Hey, sports fans. All great teams include a great defensive strategy. That's what insurance is all about. Strategy to defend you, your family, and your possessions. This is Jordan Fee. I'm proud to help our clients plan their strategy of protection through the broad range of services we offer at Fee Insurance Group. Call to find out how we can protect your health, life, property, business, and even your retirement savings. Since 1883, we've been here to stand between you and risk.
Visit feeinsurancegroup.com, your local trusted choice agent.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. You can have the healthy, beautiful smile you deserve. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Dr. J. Stuckey, Hutchinson Family Dental.
Just like Hutch has been synonymous with salt dating back to its discovery here in 1887, Cargill is synonymous with salt. Cargill Salt of Hutch, proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
We're warming things up at Next Tech Wireless with a great gift. Black Friday and beyond, you'll get a new device on us up to $9.99. That includes the new iPhone 13 Pro and Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. Bring your number to us and get a $100 Visa gift card today. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get you set up and we'll even put a bow on it. Come visit, call, or text us at 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
HKFM.
Back here on the Midway Motors drive to the game, our JV game. Guys won tonight 54-38. A solid win for them. Crusader basketball brought to you by the Buhler Booster Club, by Hutchinson Family Dental, by Jackson Meat, by Rise Up Reno Prevention Network and by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs. We have the long game on the network tonight in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Our Rods Tire and Service mid-season tournament weeks presented by Hutchinson Community College will continue tomorrow night across the Ad Astra Sports Network. You can click on sports at adastraradio.com to find out more. Buhler and Winfield, a lone guys game coming up tonight. Sterling College basketball on the network tomorrow night. The Warriors are home against the K-Dub Coyotes at 6 and 8 in the Gleason. And Scott Hogan will have the Alden State Bank drive to the game tomorrow night at 5:45. Buhler and Winfield coming up. And this has been our Midway Motors drive to the game. Starting lineups and tip next on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
This has been the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM. The HCU Investment and Insurance Services starting lineups and tonight's opening tip are next. You're listening to Buhler Crusader Basketball on HKFM.
Feed your animals greatness. Feed your animals Purina. For the past 125 years, no company has devoted more time and effort to learning the nutritional needs of livestock and companion animals than our partners at Purina. We are proud to produce and offer many of their quality products as both bagged and bulk feeds at our Hillsboro and Mound Ridge locations. To learn more, go to countrysidefeed.com.
Your livestock need top quality feed, made with pride by Countryside.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Stop by H&R Block in Lyons, Ellsworth, or Hutch today.
Hi, this is Jade with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler, Kansas. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you'll talk to a live person from our offices in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability, or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
Yoder Meats is way more than just meat, but if you're looking for grain-fed, locally raised, antibiotic-free, and no hormone-added beef, Yoder Meats is the place. Feed the family with your choice of bundles or smaller butcher bags designed with a variety of meats to fit your needs. They have exotic meats too, and a wide variety of delicious cheeses, baked goods, groceries, specialty candies, gift items, and even products for your pet. Get it all at Yoder Meats in Yoder, open 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday. Find specials at yodermeatsks.com.
HKFM.
Back here at Winfield High School, we'll get to the starting lineups momentarily, awaiting tonight's national anthem. Buhler will be in their road maroon uniforms with the white and black trim, white and black numerals tonight. Vikings in their home whites, blue trim, and blue numerals. Here's the Viking pep band with tonight's national anthem. And tonight's national anthem performed by the Winfield Viking Pep Band. Let's take a look at our HCU Investment and Insurance Services starting lineups. Located inside Heartland Credit Union on North Main and Hutchinson. Call Monty Cross at 669-0177. The 1-9 Vikings 0-4. in the league this season under 10th-year head coach Ben Potts. A 5'9" senior, number 3, Cameron Moore. A 6'1" senior, number 11, Julian Washington. A 6'2" senior, number 15, Niall Franklin. A 6'6" senior, number 23, Ian McCauley. And a 6'3" junior, number 34, Trey Teal. Again, for the Vikes, it is Moore, Washington, Franklin, McCauley, and Teal. 4-year Buhler Crusaders 9-1 on the season, 4-0 in the league under 7th-year head coach Ryan Swanson at 87 and 50. And one guard is 6'2" junior, number 11, Grant Ricker. Ricker averaging 10.9 points a game, shooting 41% from the outside. Another guard is 6'2" junior, number 13, Wade Meyer. Had a great tournament, 17, 12, and 10, averaging now 9 points and 3 rebounds a game. Wade shooting 45% from the three-point line. And a 5'11" senior, number 14, Isaiah Hernandez, averaging 7.3 points and 5 assists a game. In the post, a 6'4" junior, number 2, Diedrich Willard-Trask, averaging 6 points, 4 rebounds. Leads the team in charges taken this year with 8. And a 6'5" junior, number 34, Jack Voth, one of the tops in the league in scoring at 21.1 points a game to go along with 9 rebounds. Had another double-double on Saturday with 19 points and 12 boards. Willard-Trask, Ricker, Meyer, Hernandez, and Voth for the Crusaders as we get set to go here from Ollie Thomas Gym in Winfield on this off Wednesday night. We didn't have anything else better to do than to drive to Winfield tonight, right?
No doubt. Always a beautiful night for Crusader basketball.
Just came here to eat at the Wendy's, really.
Yes.
That was,
it's the finest establishment in the community.
Yeah. Home on Friday against the Heston Swathers. They'll be a whale of a guys game. Heston with just one loss to drop their first of the season in the Trojan Classic Championship game at Hillsboro on Saturday to Hillsboro. And they'll come in loaded for bear. It's going to be Jack Voth to tip for the Crusaders, the 6'5" junior, against Winfield's Trey Teal at 6'3", also a junior. On top of the V here at center court at Ollie Thomas Gym in Winfield. Aaron West, Chris Scheck, Carson Moeller with you. And here we go, Crusader basketball on KWHK Hutchinson and on the Crusader Sports Network. And very quickly, whistle blown. We're going to re-tip live tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Hutch. Come by, let's be friends. Buhler will control right to left. We're underway with Crusader basketball. Isaiah Hernandez out front, near side circle to Wade Meyer. Vikings start in a 2-3 zone. Actually, looks a little more like a 3-2, doesn't it? Right
yes.
Corner, Jack Voth, 3, short. And a rebound down low, pulled down by Winfield's Niall Franklin.
Yeah, running that 3-2 zone to try to keep the Crusaders off the three-point line.
Vikings left to right, Julian Washington, near side circle, a pump fake by McCauley. He had 12 in the win over Garden Plain last Thursday. McCauley near side circles. Winfield hadn't played in nearly a week. Did not get to play on Saturday in their final game. Far side circled is Teal. Off to Washington. Buhler opens in a man-to-man. Here is Moore. Pull up at the free throw line, missed. Rebound goes off Isaiah Hernandez, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Winfield Vikings.
So Winfield gets another opportunity to try to take their first lead of the contest.
It's kind of weird. Isaiah, when that rebound came down and he tried to reach out and grab it, it just went right off his fingertips. Now a pass, inbounds play to the right wing. Goes off of Ian McCauley of Winfield, gets away from the Vikings and goes out of bounds. It'll be Buhler ball, first turnover of the game, charged to Winfield. Vikings will sink back in their half-court zone defense. Here's Isaiah up between the circles. Far side to Ricker. Now to Jack underneath and wide open to the bucket But they're going to call a whistle, and looks like 3 in the lane. Was that on Willard Trask?
I believe so. The Crusaders did a nice job attacking in the 3-2 zone. That short corner is a weak spot, and the Crusaders got it down to both, but Willard Trask was in the lane for too long.
So Buhler on the offensive end with their first turnover. Now a foul out front is an offensive foul on the Vikings. And that'll be charged to Niall Franklin, the senior, with his first. And the first team foul on Winfield. Back-to-back turnovers on Winfield.
Well, it was interesting last time the Crusaders had the ball, the 3-second call. A lot of times officials will call that early in a basketball game to just try to scare the players and then not call it the rest of the night.
Here's Grant Ricker with a 3, and boy, good to see him knock that down right side. We mentioned the last 2 games of the SIT. He was really frustrated with his shot, but knocks down the opening 3 here to make it a 3-0 game, 6:16 to go in the first. Inside the other way, shot off the window, missed by Trey Teal. And a rebound for Buhler. Here comes Ricker up that floor to Meyer. Meyer looking baseline floater with the right. Rims long, and a rebound to the baseline pulled down by Ian McCauley of Winfield.
And Meyer doing a nice job attacking the short corner, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Vikings the other way. Out front with it is Julian Washington. Washington picked up by Meyer, the man-to-man defense. Dribbling with his right hand, floats it far side to Trey Teal. Teal looking now right wing to McCauley. McCauley drives and kicks. This is Washington. Now Moore, left side circle. 5:34 to go in the first. Buhler up 3-0 on a Grant Ricker tray. Boy, Buhler doing a great job of closing down the interior against this Viking team that wants to get the ball inside.
And a lot of it because they're doing the sagging man, where if they're away from ball side, the Crusaders do a nice job filling the lane.
Here's side Washington. Off to Trey Teal along the baseline, pushing on Willard Trask, and stepped out of bounds.
Great defensive possession right there for the Crusaders.
Yeah.
That's the second possession in a row that Willard Trask has really wreaked some havoc on Winfield down low.
So another turnover on the Vikings, their third in 3 possessions. Buhler up 3-0. This is Hernandez in the left corner to Meyer. Out front now to Zay, right side to Ricker. Ricker off a screen. Floats up top near the timeline. Dumps it off the bounce to Hernandez underneath. And Jack Voth, like Winfield did in their last possession, steps out of bounds.
The officials are patrolling the baseline hard tonight, fellas. That's at least the second or third time that they've called a player crossing the baseline.
Substitution here at the 4:47 mark. Matt Eddy in for Buhler. Eddy replaces Willard Trask. Matt was in our player profile tonight, the 6'1 junior. He's a man of few words, prefers to let his play speak for him. Here's a shot inside over Eddy. Score it for Trey Teal. And a foul call. Teal's going to go to the line with a chance to convert on a 3-point play. As Matt Eddy, giving up a little bit of size inside, commits the foul. That'll be his first. And team foul number 1.
Yeah, Teal just got behind Eddy. They lobbed it over the top. He's able to finish the shot over Eddy, draw the foul, and now at the line.
Free throw is good to tie it at 3. So 3-all. We are even with 4:35 to go here in the opening period. Here's Hernandez off to both right side. Out front to Zay. Short corner to Meyer. Now back up top to Hernandez against that 3-2 zone. Ricker driving, rotates to the lane. They kick to Meyer. Meyer, ball bobbled away and knocked out of bounds. It'll be off the Vikings. Good hustle play there by Cameron Moore.
That's what I was about to compliment. Moore did a great job of getting airborne and playing a lot taller than his 5'9" frame.
He's got the stash rolling too there, Cameron Moore. Wade Meyer out. Ethan Stambaugh, the 5'11 junior, in. Stambaugh will inbound in front of the Viking bench in backcourt to Rickers. So Ricker, Stambaugh, Hernandez, Voth, and Eddy right now. And here is Zay to the right side circle. Left side to Ricker. Off the bounce to Eddy. Eddy floating along the left baseline. Right wing, Hernandez. Inside pass intended for Eddy is picked off. A third Buhler turnover. Vikings the other way. Their defense really slowing down the game early. Now a whistle and a foul along the right baseline. Niall Franklin gets tied up with Grant Ricker, and that'll be a hold on Grant. That'll be his first, team foul number 2.
Grant was set up behind Teal, and that time they said Grant kind of shoved off with the forearm, pick up his first foul.
Willard Trask returning for Buhler. Eddie goes out. Buhler to inbound, or make it Vikings to inbound in a 3-3 game. Out front with it is Julian Washington. 3:42 to go in the first. Just 6 points scored so far. It's a 3-3 game. Moore plays it far side to McCauley. And a whistle. And that is traveling on the Vikings, who turn it over for a 4th time in this quarter. Crusader basketball brought to you by Ray and Sons Roofing, by Cargill Salt, the Sheena Monster Agency, by the Medicine Shop, and by Midwest Iron and Metal. Hernandez right to left across the timeline in a 3-3 game. Inside circle to Ricker. Vikings stay in that zone. Stand by. Ethan, right corner three, short. Franklin might have got a hand on that. Taken away by Winfield. Moore tied up in the lane. And a jump ball called. And the possession arrow to the Vikings.
Great job by Isaiah Hernandez getting the block. And, then it forced the jump ball, which unfortunately keeps it with Winfield, but nice job there by Hernandez.
Vikings will inbound the ball up top, and a three by Julian Washington gives Winfield a lead at 6-3. And Coach Swanson wants a timeout. Well, I told you guys this is an off night. You let a team that's playing with the house money come in and think they've got a shot. And they just might. 6-3 our score, 3:04 to go in the first, and we're back in 30 seconds on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Newfeld's Flooring, your experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor covering. Proudly sponsoring Buhler High School activities, Newfeld's Flooring in downtown Buhler.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
HKFM.
3 minutes, 4 seconds to play in this first. In 5 minutes of basketball, Buhler's managed just one bucket. The three by Grant Ricker. They're down 6-3. Hernandez gives up to Stambaugh. Rotates off to Vogt. Jack circles his way into the lane. Up top to Hernandez. Now to Ricker. Ricker against that zone to Hernandez. Right side three. Rims long. And a rebound for Winfield. Pulled down by Washington. Vikings up the floor, and a turnover as they call palming the basketball against Ian McCauley. That'll be Vikings' 5th foul.
Well, now for the Crusaders, since it's kind of been a little bit dicey start offensively, just need to take their time, work for a good shot here against the zone, and really work on the ball movement, try to work the zone against the backside.
Stambaugh up top to Hernandez in the pass. Buhler can sometimes become impatient on offense, try to force something that's not there. You really got to swing the ball side to side. Try and pull you get somebody underneath like Jack is right now. And a kick up top to Hernandez. Missed the three. It's a good look for Isaiah. Rebound Niall Franklin. Still 6-3 Winfield. Buhler is ice cold early from the field. Here's a drive by Trey Teal. Cut off by Vogt on the right baseline. Up top to Niall Franklin. Far side to Ian McCauley. Underneath in the lane. Ball turned over. A 6th Viking turnover. Hernandez gives off to Vogt. Here comes Jack. Hasn't taken a shot yet in this game. Hernandez right side circle down to 1:40 to go in the quarter. There is Grant underneath. Out on the wing to Hernandez to Stambaugh in the right corner, a three, and that is missed. And another Viking rebound. Pulled down by Washington. Here comes Winfield left to right. They kick it far corner to McCauley for three. Short off the side iron. Rebound Jack Vogt, and a whistle and a foul called. And a reach in on Ian McCauley.
Well, one of the things that is saving the Crusaders' bacon tonight, they've been doing a nice job on the defensive glass, limiting Winfield to one-shot possessions, but Winfield's done the same on our end, where they have really limited us to a lot of one-shot possessions.
Wade Meyer, Matt Eddy will return for Buhler. Stambaugh and Willard Trask come out at the 1:20 mark here in the first. In a 6-3 Viking lead, Buhler, this would be by far their lowest scoring quarter of the year. If they don't get any more points here with a minute change to go, just 3 points on the scoreboard. Here's Ricker on a drive and a kick to Meyer, right side circle. Out front, Hernandez back to Waiter. He'll take the three. In and out, no good. Boy, the Rebound inside. Jack Voth back up and in.
Great effort by Jack Voth to get the board and score to try to pull us within one.
6-5. It's a 1-point game. 49 seconds to go in the quarter. And another near turnover as Julian Washington had the ball near side. Grant Ricker, they're going to say it deflected off Ricker's hands out of bounds.
Yeah, the Crusaders wanted it to be off of Washington. Didn't get a good view because it looked like Ricker swatted at it and hit Washington, but they're going to say it was last touched by Grant.
Substitution for Winfield here. 6'2 senior Kyan Tolles will check into the lineup. And out goes Niall Franklin. Vikings with the ball, 42 seconds to play. This is Julian Washington up near the timeline, guarded by Wade Meyer. Washington near side circle to Trey Teal. Off a screen to Tolles in the lane. Jump stop over Ricker, missed. Able to get his own rebound along the baseline, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. And Grant frustrated early here as that's going to be his second personal foul. So 2 on Ricker now, 3 on the team. And Grant's going to go to the bench. And in comes Ethan Stambaugh.
We know how there's some individuals that you can't read their face to tell how they feel. You always know if Grant is happy or upset.
You're saying he wouldn't be a great poker player.
He conveys how he feels by his facial expression.
There's a deflected pass out of bounds in the corner. I think that went off somebody's hand in the lane and then skipped up in the air and went out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings. I feel Grant's pain. I wouldn't be a good poker player either. Here's Tolles inside and score it over Ethan Stambaugh.
Just a nice back to the basket move by Tolles. Drop stepped, went to his right, and cashed it off the glass for 2.
8-5 of the score. 4 seconds to play in the quarter. Peter trying to lob it low to Wade Meyer, and it goes off a Viking out of bounds, and that'll get us to the end of the first. And Winfield doing a great job of controlling the tempo of this game through 8 minutes. And they lead it by 3, 8-5. End of 1. We're back in 1 minute. Crusader basketball on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. It's 2022 and the brand new you is all about enjoying the little things in life and being happy. Well, if it's smiles you love, you're in luck. We sell them by the dozen. 30th Street Daylight Donuts has Hutchinson's biggest selection of donuts made fresh every single morning. We're open every day at 5 a.m. or you can order ahead online at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com and we'll have them ready when you come. Stop in and see us, 1435 East 30th in Hutchinson.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buhler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
HKFM.
Well, you can never take a night off in this league. 8-5, Winfield leads. Vikings may not be a great basketball team. They've got some great athletes, though, who are really defending here in this first half. And they've held Buhler to just 5 points through 1 quarter. Here's Voth in the mid lane, off to Eddie. Out front to Hernandez, far side Meyer. Starting 5 minus Grant Ricker with 2 fouls in there now. Matt Eddy is in place of him. And there's a pass looking for Eddie in the left corner, deflected by Winfield out of bounds.
Well, I think the Crusaders are just going to continually get the rest of the season, too, with them having a good record, being ranked in the top 3 in the state. People are going to bring their A game. Big target on the Crusaders' back.
Stambaugh inbounds to Meyer. Far side Hernandez, 7:24 to go in the half. Here's Jack Voth along the left side circle. Cross-court pass, Hernandez. Out front Meyer, Meyer driving through traffic. Into Voth, off the window and good. Scoring for Jack, and he's got 4.
Good to see Jack just answer, just dribble penetrating on the zone, getting the shot high off the window for 2.
It's a 1-point game, 8-7. Vikings the other way. Up top with it is Niall Franklin. Far side Riley Yingling, a 5'11 senior, is checked into the ball game. in the corner. And a runner, the floater good by Kyan Tolles. He's got 4 off Winfield's bench. It's 10-7. The other way, Voth goes in strong and draws contact and a foul.
Yeah, and good to see Voth just taking it strong to the rim, drawing the foul, like you said. And we'll get to the free throw line for the first free throws, or excuse me, the first full trip to the line for either squad.
Jack Voth, 80% on the year. He was 10 of 10 on Saturday in that win over Central. And, of course, he's worked so much on his free throw shooting. Gets the first one to go in on a friendly bounce here. Cale Madrigal, 6'4" junior in for the Vikings now. And Niall Franklin, who picked up his second foul, will go out.
And it's such an advantage for the Crusaders with Voth getting better at the free throw line because he is so good at getting the rim. He's going to get a lot of foul shots throughout the course of a year.
Drops in both shots here to again make it a 1-point game at 10-9. 6:33 to go now in the first half. Vikings in their half court to our right. Tolles trying to drop it into Madrigal, and it's going to be stolen away by Voth. Boy, how many times do you see a guy miss on a play, whether it's a shot or have his pass taken away, and then you turn right back around and commit the foul?
Yeah, it just kind of seems like it happens in basketball. Get a little frustrated and try to compensate for the mistake.
So Madrigal picks up his first. It'll be team foul number 4. With a chance to take the lead here. They led early 3-0. And Vikings have led ever since. Now Buhler, ball goes through the hands of Willard Trask to the baseline. It's stolen away. Vikings back up the floor. They'll take the 3. Cameron Moore missed. Rebound along the backside by Wade Meyer. Meyer across the timeline, racing up into front court, spins off into the lane, kicks to Jack Voth for the 3! Gives Buhler the lead back with 5:46 to play in the first half, and it's now 12-10 Crusaders.
Feels like it's been an eternity since the Crusaders have led in this game.
Buhler up 2 the other way, drop it in for Kyan Tolles, who's having a great first half.
Tolles, one of those players I remember from last year, has a really nice looking release.
That makes it a 12-12 game. We are even halfway through the second stanza. Meyer wants a 3, and it's blocked out of bounds. Great defensive play by Cale Madrigal. Substitutions here as Ian McCulley will come back for Winfield. Grant Ricker with those 2 fouls back for the Crusaders. Ricker replacing Matt Eddy. 12-12 our score. Buhler led briefly on a left wing 3. That was a nice drive by Meyer. And the fire to the wing to Jack Voth. Make it 12-10, and then Tolles answers back on the offensive end for the Vikings. Meyer up top near the timeline with the ball. Right side, Hernandez. Pump fakes, drives. Willard Trask along the right baseline. Plays it off to Meyer. Right side circle. Hernandez for 3, and it out no good. And a rebound by Kyan Tolles. Here comes Tolles into the body of Voth. Off the window, missed. Rebound Hernandez. Outlet play to Meyer, up the floor, and fouled hard. And McCulley will pick up his second. And it is going to put Wade Meyer. But it's a dangerous play there, simply because of the fact the student section for Winfield is right behind the basket. There is not much room out of bounds there.
Yeah, Wade went rolling right just shy of hitting the bleachers hard, so good to see him pop up so quickly.
Meyer with 2 at the line, knocks down the first. Waiter on the year, 8 of 10, now 9 of 11. Buhler is a team shooting 71%, and the Vikings want a timeout. Buhler, one more free throw to shoot here with 4:53 to play in the second, leading 13-12. And we'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back after this, Crusader basketball on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, shop local. Hi, this is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When pipes break, fire strikes, or the unthinkable hits your home or business, call us. With over 10 years of experience, we know how to help you recover. Check us out at PhoenixRestorationandRoofing.com. Phoenix Restoration. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
HKFM.
Crusader basketball tonight live from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth online at allensamuelshutch.com. Wade Meyer with one more at the free throw line. Peter's second trip here in the first half. 5 team fouls in the Vikings, 3 in the Crusaders. Meyer misses the second. And so a 1-point Buhler lead, 13-12. 4:47 before halftime. Riley Yingling plays it off, far side to Tolles. Down front to Washington. Now near side to 3 on the right wing is good for Cale Madrigal. And the Vikings back in front, 15-13, lead by 2.
Yeah, every time the Crusaders seem to build a little momentum, seems like Winfield's been able to answer.
Ricker misses a 3 in the left corner. An offensive board is saved in the lane by Willard Trash. So Buhler with a second look on the offensive end. Grant's got it out high. Hernandez along the baseline. And ball knocked away from Diedrich Willard Trash. And they're going to call the turnover on the Crusaders. Boy, a lot of contact down low as Diedrich was double teamed. And the ball skips away from him. And they say it is a 5th turnover on Buhler.
Yeah, he got the ball down the short corner, which is the weak spot on the 3-2 zone, but just wasn't able to handle the basketball. Like you said, lots of banging down there.
Vikings the other way. Madrigal inside is going to be fouled before the shot, I believe. We'll see what the call is on Diedrich Willard Trash. Are they going to call it a shooting foul? They are. So that'll be the first on Diedrich. 4th on the Crusaders. Free throw in and good for Madrigal. Well, the longer an underdog is allowed to hang around, the more confident they become.
Yeah, you can just feel the energy, and you can see it in the body language. You know, Madrigal's out there banging away, firing shots, and just playing with a lot of energy.
17-13, they build a 4-point lead, their largest. 3:47 to go here in the half. Jack Foth at the foul line and knocks in the shot from 10 feet, and he's got 8. It is 17-15, a 2-point game.
Good to see both answering on a night when the shots just aren't falling for a lot of the Crusaders.
That underdog theory, that works in dating too, I've heard. That's how I got a date with my wife, I think. Here's a drive inside. Nice take to the bucket and a score by Riley Yingling. And it's 19-15, Vikings by 4. Buhler the other way, just 15 first half points so far. Right side, Wade Meyer. Hard pass to the wing to Hernandez. He'll sling it in that lane. Jack Foth against a double team. Off the front of the rim, but a foul, and that'll put Jack at the line for a pair of free throws. Well, our Buhler swimming team finished first last night at their home meet. Their 3rd win of the season. That fouled the second on Cale Madrigal. And the first free throw goes in for Jack. Here's Matt Eddy returning for Buhler. He'll replace Diedrich Willard Trash. And Armand Acosta, 6'1" senior, in for the first time tonight for the Vikings. And out goes Madrigal. In the last night's swim meet, Mitchell Cross 3rd in the 200 free. Ben Hellis was 3rd in the 600 fly as Jack knocks down both free throws to make it a 2-point game again, 19-17. Vikings the other way, up by 2. They've been up twice now in this quarter by 4. This is Acosta, right wing guarded by Ricker. Out front to Yingling, far side to Tolles. Tolles at the free throw line, very athletic. Boy, there's contact and a charge taken by Jack Foth guarding Julian Washington. Washington got into the body, and that'll be the 7th charge taken this year by Jack. It'll be the 8th turnover in the game of the Vikings, and Buhler with a chance to tie or retake the lead.
That's definitely been one of the strengths of this Crusader program the last couple of years. So efficient and good at stepping in, being strong, and drawing those charges.
19-17, Buhler down by 2 in their half court. Hernandez has it up near the timeline. Jack will try the 3, in and out, no good. Up top, rebound underneath, and a whistle and a foul. Is that going to be the 3rd on Ricker?
I think they might get Eddy on the board.
They're going to get Matt Eddy. They will get Matt Eddy with his 2nd, team's 5th. Elsewhere in the swimming last night, Spencer Hines 2nd in the 100 free. He was first in the 100 back. Isaac Neighbors second in the 100 breaststroke. And Ben Hellis won the 1 meter dive competition. Again, he's having a great year. Rebound inside off a Winfield miss by Matt Eddy. Buhler into their front court, right side. Hernandez, nice find. Eddy inside, missed the layup, but a foul. And that is going to be on Trey Teal. He'll become the 4th Viking in the game with his 2nd foul. That'll be the 8th on Winfield in the half. Matt Eddy at the line on the year, 56%. He is 5 of 9. Free throw here. In and out, no good.
Yeah, and these free throws are big for the Crusaders. Anytime you're trailing, you want to try to make up that ground with the clock's not running.
Diedrich Willer-Trask returns. Ricker out for Buhler. Wrestling won their duel last night at home over El Dorado, 48-29. Eddy goes 1 of 2 at the line and makes it a 1-point game. 19-18, 2 minutes even to go in the half. Buhler wrestlers Varsity will be at Baldwin this Saturday. While the JV goes to Marion and the girls go to Wichita South. Up top and a 3 missed by Cameron Moore. Rebound Matt Eddy for the Crusaders. Up the far side of the floor. Here comes Big Jack in that lane. Forces a shot up, missed. Nice putback, no, short by Willer-Trask. And a rebound by Armand Acosta. Vikings the other way, right inside. Shot short by Ian McCauley. Rebound Buhler, outlet to Jack, and layup missed, but a foul. And it's been physical inside. Winfield really trying to deny everything at the rim. And it's gotten him into some foul trouble here. I think that one's going to be on Cameron Moore.
It's team foul number 9 on them.
Yeah, the first on Moore. It'll put Jack at the line for the 3rd time in the game. And the first free throw knocks in to tie the game. Had 19 all.
Yeah, in that sequence, Jack made sure he knew who was in front of him, who was behind him, knew that there was contact coming, and looked to draw that contact in case the basket missed.
I was looking for the jam there.
That's what I was thinking too. He was surveying the floor to see, is this an opportune time?
Buhler with a 1-point lead, 20-19 on a pair of Jackville free throws. 1:15 to go in the half. Missed Winfield shot. Up top, rebound Hernandez. Zay inside, missed. Rebound loose on the deck. And it skips out of bounds.
There'll be a foul called on Winfield.
Foul on the Vikings underneath.
They body checked Matthew Eddy out of bounds.
Yeah, Teal just shoved him into next week.
I expected them to be this physical underneath, but man, they are denying everything in the post.
Yeah, double bonus now for the Crusaders with 66 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll see if we can get to the line a few more times.
That'll be on Trey Teal. It's going to put Matt Eddy back at the line, or he's 1 of 2. Trey Teal will come out of the game. Cale Madrigal is back in. It is Willer-Trask, Ricker, Eddy, Meyer, and Hernandez in for Buhler. And a second free throw missed. Matt 1 of 2 again. 21-19. Lead 2. Vikings the other way. They've led by as many as 4 in this quarter. Here's Julian Washington in the lane. Up top to Cale Madrigal. Stolen away by Isaiah Hernandez. Zay with those quick hands. Here comes Voth. Up to Meyer along the baseline. Meyer to Willer-Trask. Inside. Missed. Rebound Vikings. And then Eddy coming the other way is going to get called for a foul behind. That was hey, you fouled me and it didn't get called. I'm going to foul you back play is what that was against Eddy on Ian McCauley.
And I believe that's Eddy's 3rd. They are showing on the board just 2, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I had him at 2 already as well, but
Me
on
too.
the scoreboard it shows 2. 30 seconds to go in the half. Buhler up 21-19. Vikings down at 2, and Eddy trying for a steal. Well, if the last one wasn't his 3rd, that one is.
Yeah, you talked about being surprised Winfield played or is playing us as physical. If you think clear back to early in the football season, it was a close game when we played them down here back in September, and they're pretty dang physical
they were
back
tough. Vikings now with a 1-1. This will be Madrigal, who's 2 of 2 at the line. Chance to tie the game with 24 seconds left. As Grant Ricker will return, Matt Eddy goes out. Our Buhler Bowlers were last on the lanes on the Friday in that to sweep at Derby Bowl in a double duel. They're back in play this coming Friday. They take on Andale at West Acres. Both free throws good by Madrigal. 21 all. 14 seconds to go in the half. Right side, Ricker. Out high to Hernandez. Back to Grant. Baseline right to Jack rotates in the lane. Off the window. The dish for two by the big fella. At the buzzer gives Buhler a one possession lead again. 23-21 and a strong finish by Jack.
Well, good to see the Crusaders go to the locker room with a 2-point lead. In a lot of scenarios, you sit there and maybe be unhappy with that, but just with how rough and tough sledding it was in the first half for the Crusaders to go to the break with a lead of any sort feels good.
That'll get us to halftime. 23-21 Crusaders. Crusader basketball brought to you by Johnson Sheet Metal, by Prairie Bank of Kansas, by Wivco Steel Products, Wade Patent Insurance, and by Idea Tech. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is next on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM. Stay tuned for tonight's Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report.
Vikings back up, timeline racing up into front court, spins off into the lane, kicks to Jack.
Wesleyan, the Lady Warriors have won 13 games in a row after Monday's win against St. Mary's 76-46. Bailey Albright led all scorers with 17 points in the win. Now the Warriors get a chance to avenge their only regular season loss in 2 seasons against the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes, this time on their home floor. The men's team are still looking for that elusive first win in KCAC play, as Darian Reed's big night of 26 points wasn't enough against St. Mary in a 90-74 loss. You can hear Sterling College basketball on 95.9 KWHK starting at 6 o'clock. One other Sterling College note, head football coach Chase Hansen has announced he is resigning as head coach of the Warriors football program. Hansen has been a part of the Warriors football program for the last 10 years, his first 6 as an assistant and the last 4 as head coach. In his time at the helm, Coach Hansen has accrued an 18-23 record. I'm Scott Miller with a look at your halftime sports. Let's get you back out to your high school game.
Stream tonight's game live on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app and on your smart speaker with TuneIn. Powered by Next Tech Wireless. You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. At Buhler Dental Care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdaldds@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care. providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
At Adams Brown, our clients are the center of everything we do. Hi, this is Brett Henry. If you farm or in the agriculture, healthcare, construction, real estate, or own your own business, we'd love to talk to see how we can help your operation. Adams Brown, Strategic Allies and CPAs. Above and beyond.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
HKFM.
Back here at halftime from Ollie Thomas Gym in Winfield. Buhler leads by 2:23-21. Crusaders hit the opening three to start the game by Grant Ricker. It was 3-0. Then the Vikings would build as big as a 4-point lead in the game. They led twice by 4. In the second quarter, really frustrating Buhler in that 3-2 zone, being very physical and keeping the score low. Crusaders had a couple of different times by 2 in the first half. In that second quarter, they lead by 2 at halftime, 23-21. A couple of first half highlights. Second quarter, the first, a big three from the big fella for Buhler that gave them a 2-point lead midway through the second quarter. Fire across the timeline, racing up into front court, spins off into the lane, kicks to Jack Voth, and the three gives Buhler the lead back with 5:46 to play in the first. Jack also late at the end of that second quarter had a big shot inside to give Buhler a 2-point lead right at the end of the first half. Line right to Voth. Jack rotates in the lane, off the window, the dish for 2 by the big fella at the buzzer, gives Buhler a 1. And Jack Voth has 15 of Buhler's 23 at halftime. Vikings are led in scoring by Kel Madrigal with 7. Winfield won a perfect 5 of 5 at the free throw line in the first half. Buhler 9 of 12. Winfield guys being very physical and they're really trying to keep the score down. They've done a good job of that with the zone so far. Jack Voth really the difference in the game and his ability to get inside, get to the rim, and if he doesn't score, he's 6 of 6 at the free throw line.
Well, anytime a player can get to the rim against a zone, that tells you just how strong a player is. And Jack, went a stretch there at the beginning of the game where really didn't try to dribble penetrate, and then kind of when Winfield started to build the lead, then just kind of took over there for a couple possessions, took it in strong, got to the free throw line, and able to get off shots against a 3-2 zone on the interior when you got 2 bodies flying at you at a minimum really is a testament to how tough Jack Voth is.
Carson, do you feel like if Buhler could get out and transition some, maybe knock down a couple more threes, they maybe could light their offense up a little bit and get this game going more in their direction?
Yeah, that's where the Crusaders really want to be and thrive, is in their transition game. And I like the offense when they're in transition and they have somebody on their tail, they draw the contact. I have 3 or 4 different players with 2 fouls, and so the fouls are going to start to become an issue here toward the end of the game, especially for this Winfield team. It's interesting how physical they play. We didn't know how physical they would be coming in. They've obviously watched film, want to get that ball down low, and Toll's coming off the bench for the Vikings is a very key player for them tonight.
See if Buhler's offense can get going in the second half here. Live tonight from the Alan Samuels broadcast booth. Alan Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Come by, let's be friends. Not much else going on in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard tonight as we are on the network. Our Ron Starr and Service mid-season tournament weeks presented by Hutchinson Community College will continue tomorrow across the Ad Astra Sports Network as we've got tournament action from Fairfield, Sedgwick, and the opening round of the Haven Wildcat Classic. That is a loaded tournament in Haven tomorrow. Of course, here on KWHK, we'll have Sterling College basketball tomorrow night as the Warriors are home at 6 and 8 to take on the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes. That'll be a pregame at 5:45 from the Gleason tomorrow night. 23-21 Buhler at the half, second half when we come back on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
This has been the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Find Prairie Bank of Kansas online at prairiebankks.com. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM.
Have an appliance that doesn't work or a yard full of scrap metal and don't know what to do with it? Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron, and you can save the environment and put a little money in your pocket by bringing it to us at 700 South Main. Call us at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
Drug and alcohol prevention saves money in our community. The more citizens who use drugs, the more it costs in employee time lost, crime, law enforcement, court costs, addiction treatment, and the unmeasurable cost of heartache. We are saving $20 for every dollar we spend on prevention. Prevention, awareness, and education saves money, and it saves lives. Protecting kids from ever starting drug use is good for our community, and it's great for our families. Rise up, Reno.
HKFM.
Buhler came into tonight leading in the league standings 4-0. Mac at 4-1. Augusta 2-2, Circle 2-3, El Dorado 1-3, Winfield 0-4. Vikings trying to play the role of upset here tonight. Moore, Washington, Franklin, McCauley, and Teal to start the second half. Going to be Willard, Trask, Ricker, Meyer, Hernandez, and Voth for the Crusaders. We talked a lot about this tough schedule. It doesn't get any easier for Buhler. Their final 9 opponents starting this Friday with Heston. 5 of them are state ranked.
Yeah, there's a lot of good basketball teams that the Crusaders are going to be taking the floor against on the boys' side here to close out the regular season.
You know, Heston, maybe the team that's beaten them the worst the last couple of years. They're long and athletic. They can shoot inside, outside, a pretty well-rounded team.
Yeah, and if you're the Heston Swathers, that you figure out Buhler moved homecoming up to your game, and you want to be the spoiler on that. So it's going to motivate those Swather boys just a little more than normal.
Whistle blows to start the second half here as Buhler works it inside of Julian Washington. It'll be a foul on Wade Meyer. That'll be the first on Meyer.
Yeah, luckily for the Crusaders, he was one of the guys that got through the first half without picking up a foul.
Vikings 2 are left to play it in, down a bucket. They dump it off on the left baseline to Trey Teal out on the wing, and a 3 swishes through for Ian McCauley. And it gives the Vikings the lead back, 24-23.
Not the start the Crusaders wanted here for this second half.
Buhler the other way, left to right. Hernandez against that zone. Ricker, right side circle. Far side Meyer in the corner to Voth. Up top to Zay. Ricker off a drive. He is held, and that'll be a foul. You do not have a 33. I'll have to. We have a uniform. Do we have a jersey change at halftime? Look and see here.
The scoreboard says the third foul on 33, so assume that's Teal. Just a number down swap.
Yeah, they don't have a 33, so I assume that Teal changed unis at halftime.
They did it just to mess with all the radio guys.
Crusaders with a missed shot, and the ball taken away by the Vikings. Up 1 with the basketball. This is McCauley out front to Franklin. Now Washington, foul line jumper missed. Rebound Grant Ricker. Here comes Grant racing into front court, left to right. Floater in the lane, short. Jack Voth, the rebound, put back, yes! Jack Voth cleans up inside, up and in to give Buhler back a 1-point lead, 25-24.
Well, A, it was great hustle by Voth getting back, and B, great hustle getting the board.
Oh, now a shot the other way. Score for Ian McCauley. He's got 5 Viking points to open this half. 26-25 Winfield. Rifle pass, left side circle. Wade Meyer, and a whistle and a foul call.
I believe it's going to be on McCauley, which if that's the case, that's number 3 on him. So the foul situation, 2 of the big dogs for Winfield already to the 3 foul mark. They could be in dire straits if some of those guys start fouling out.
Feeling Vikings are content to make this a foul game, though.
Yes.
Here is Voth inside. Ball lost and stolen away by the Vikings. Up 1. Winfield This is Teal, and he'll shoot the three. Missed off the left side iron. Long rebound to Wade Meyer. Meyer gets the defensive Franklin across the timeline. Out front, Hernandez. Both in the left corner. Back up top to Zay. Wade Meyer shoots the three. That rims long. Rebound both underneath. And Jack inside. Shot short. Able to tip the rebound to himself. 5:55 to go here in the quarter. Ricker for three. Missed. Boy, Muir just ice cold here from the field. And the ball taken away by Winfield. Right to left the other way. McCulley barely traveled in the lane. Up top to Julian Washington. 26-25 Winfield. And Washington right side circle on a drive. Meyer hits the deck. There's no call. Here's McCulley in the corner for three. It is short. Rebound. Jack Vogt tips it to Hernandez. Up the floor to Willard Trask. Diedrich inside. He's going to be whistled for the charge.
Tough break for the Crusaders as Willard Trask did a nice job of trying to lay off contact. But Teal went flying, and that could have been a monster call because if Teal gets called for his fourth personal, I mean, he's one of their main rim protectors, and this game changes dramatically if he's not on the floor.
Matt Eddy in, and Diedrich Willard Trask out. Well, I feel like the Buhler faithful behind us are about ready to come out of their seats.
There's some unhappy folks, and rightfully so.
Well, you know how it is. Calls are going against you, doesn't matter. Unless the officials are calling it your way, you never agree, do you? Here's Teal down low. He is tied up. They're going to call a jump ball in the arrow. Good defense underneath there by the Crusaders. And Buhler's going to get the ball back on the Vikings' 10th turnover.
Nice job getting the tie-up. That's a couple times that the Crusaders have got the tie-up on the block.
Buhler the other way. Jack Voth off to Hernandez. 26-25 Winfield. 4:51 to go in the third. Zay's got it out front. Here's side Ricker. Off to Voth. Far side Hernandez. Zay back underneath. Boy, good drive to the bucket on the kick. Underneath to Jack. And Voth now with 4 in the second half. 19 for the game. 27-26, Buhler by 1.
Yeah, he is really carrying the water offensively tonight for the Crusaders.
Now a steal by Meyer. Take it away. Wade the other way. Layup good. And a 4-0 Buhler run on the steal and the lay-in by Wade Meyer. And a timeout by the Crusaders. 4:18 to play in the third. It is Buhler 29, Winfield 26. And we're back in 1 minute on HKFM, the Crusaders Sports Network.
If you need a piece of metal or an angle for a small project or a complete fabrication project done, call us at Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson. We know metal. This is Sarah Johnson, and my family has been in business for 99 years. With a huge stock of different sheets, shapes of steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum, Johnson Sheet Metal has what you need. We cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications, and can make your ag replacement panels too. Johnson Sheet Metal.
Do you need custom shirts, hoodies, polos, or other apparel printed? Tired of overpaying with online companies? Hi, this is Tyler with 37 Print Co. in Hutch. Come see us and get your shirts printed locally. Check out our work on our Facebook page at 37 Print Co. We print shirts.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
HKFM.
Crusader basketball brought to you by Midway Motors, by Fee Insurance, High-Pack Shears, H&R Block, and a Hutch Rack. A 4-0 Buhler run to take a 3-point advantage off a steal and a lay-in by Wade Meyer, his first bucket of the game to go along with one free throw. And Buhler leads it 29-26. 4:14 to go in the third. Viking ball right to left. Julian Washington, they rotate it right side to Ian McCulley for three, short. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be Buhler ball. Well, is Buhler finally starting to build some momentum on offense?
Yeah, and I think a big thing that's happening is the Crusaders are really forcing them to settle for tough shots.
Hernandez across the timeline, both against the zone. Inside now, Jack down low, and a whistle and a hold. Is that going to be on Teal?
That's
It'll be
a monster foul.
The third, make it to fourth on Trey Teal as Ethan Stambaum will replace Grant Ricker for the Crusaders. Teal comes out, as does who? Franklin also out. Checking in for the Vikings, Kyan Tolles has a shot inside. Eddie scoring and a foul. That is Cale Madrigal, who just checked back in the game and quickly picks up his third. A nice inbound five. Eddie roaming right out of the bucket and lays it up and in. And a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, and if Eddie can hit this free throw, he would tie a career high for himself.
That is actually, they call it foul on Julian Washington, his second. And Matt Eddy converts on the three-point play, 3 of 5 at the line. It is 32-26, and the lead has grown to 6. 3:42, and now a steal. Here comes Hernandez, lay-in, missed, rebound, put back for both is good.
What a great effort by Hernandez. He got everything but the shot to fall there on that stop.
34-26, and now a timeout. Winfield with 3:28 to play. Suddenly the Vikings find themselves down 8. It is a 9-0 Buhler run. 34-26, Buhler back in 1 minute on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Hut Trek is your community recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth-centered sports, wellness and fitness classes, and several of our community events and races. We're also your community spirit provider, offering endless recreational opportunities at Villa Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmville Park, the Sports Arena, plus Hut Trek downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities Hut Trek provides your community at huttrek.com and on our Hut Trek Facebook page.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our 4-year-old grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 80 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
HKFM.
Well, Buhler on this 9-0 run. And Carson, we talked about the transition game, and that's where a lot of it's coming from.
Yeah, very successful, able to create turnovers, leading the points for the Crusaders.
34-26, Tolles left elbow pull-up missed. A rebound brought down by Ethan Stambaugh. Buhler up here, and both inside is going to be fouled by Kyan Tolles. And maybe get him in the face?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he got him in the face because it looked like he swatted at him from behind. So
Jack's acting like he got him in the eye.
I almost think maybe did Jack, when he went up, did he hit the net with his face maybe? Or
the ball came up and got it maybe.
Got it, yeah, could be. That foul the first on Tolles, vault at the line, knocks in the free throw. First on Kyan Tolles, 5th team foul of the half of the Vikings. And that free throw extends it to a 10-0 run.
The pass by Isaiah Hernandez to initiate that was unbelievable.
Well, Jack Voth misses the second.
Yeah, he had to thread the proverbial needle on that pass.
35-26, the lead 9. It's a 10-0 run. Vikings desperately need a bucket now. A 3, left wing. Winfield seems to have run out of offense. Ethan McCulley missed the shot. Buhler the other way, both against that zone. Eddie in the right corner. Way out high to Hernandez. 2:44 to go in the third. Buhler has built a 9-point advantage. They have a 10-0 run going here. There's both in the middle of that zone. And they whistle him for traveling. Boy, he got right where he wanted to be in between those 3 defenders up top and the 2 down low. And they whistle him for the travel.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about the fact that the Crusaders starting to build a lead now. When you have the lead and you can run the zone, it's one thing. The zones are not typically built to try to come back, so it's going to put a lot more pressure on Winfield on the defensive end if they have to maybe come out of the zone.
Buhler stays in a man. Riley Yingling has the ball out front. Left corner, Madrigal in a drive and a scoop. And they're going to call a blocking foul underneath the shot missed. It is going to be a blocking foul on Matt Eddy. And that'll be his fourth. Matt's never going to come on and talk to us on the pregame ever again. The foul calls have not gone his way tonight.
No, and the Buhler bench, every single person stood up. They were really wanting Matt to get that charge. Didn't go his way.
And Speedy will come out of the game here, replaced by Diedrich Willard-Trask. 2 free throws here for Madrigal. Actually, the bucket was good. And a chance for a three-point play, and Madrigal missed. So it's 35-28. That stop to Tino Buhler run lead is 7. Here's Voth inside on the kick out. Hernandez out high. Corner to Stambaugh. Right side circle. Ricker for 3. Missed. Back iron. Long rebound. Good hustle by Ethan Stambaugh.
Yeah, great job just staying in bounds. He got bumped really hard down there by McCauley.
Willard-Trask in the right corner to Voth. Yes, Jack Voth with a trifecta, his second of the game. And it's a 10-point game, 38-28. Buhler by 10, 1:31 to go here in the third.
Ball gets poked away. Nice quick hands there by Diedrich Willard-Trask to come up with the loose basketball.
So another Viking turnover. That'll be their 13th. Jack inside of the bucket. Missed the shot, but puts it back up and in on the second effort. And guess who has taken over the game, fellas?
Yeah, Jack Voth is, he didn't want to come to Winfield to lose tonight.
40-28 now. Shot the other way. It's a 2. Left side for Cale Madrigal. He's got a decent little shot.
He does. He has a lot of touch and just a lot of poise, and he's a guy that just plays really hard for Winfield.
10-point game, 40-30, 46 seconds to go here in the third stanza. And Isaiah Hernandez up near the V at midcourt. Boy, nice dump pass low. Voth fouled in the lane again. And JV will go back to the line on the foul by Tolles. That'll be Kyan's second. They're just going to keep hacking away, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Voth's going to keep attacking the rim, and they're going to keep hacking on him. Voth did an excellent job of not going into the defender until he went airborne, so he's able to draw the foul.
I appreciate the fact that Jack shoots in the first free throw here. But he's not really let that rattle him. He's able to stay focused, you know. Maybe if you're a younger player or less inexperienced player, hasn't played as much basketball, being hacked on all the time like that could start to get to you, make you a little gun shy.
Yeah, well, and just the fact that he's still shooting so well from the free throw line, that's the other thing. Sometimes the guy starts getting fouled a bunch, they really start to sputter at the free throw line, and now I just jinxed him, sorry.
Jack goes 1 of 2 at the line. It's an 11-point game, 41-30. Miles Frederick, the 6'1 junior, is checked into the Buhler lineup here. Frederick, Willard-Trask, Voth, Meyer, and Ricker. 22 seconds to go in the third, and Buhler by 11.
Yeah, Frederick got some good minutes up at the SIT, kind of in this scenario, being the defensive guy here to close out quarters.
There's Tolles hard in the lane. Boy, Tolles like a bulldog down low, and draws contact at a foul. It'll be Kyan. He'll get 2 shots at the line here. 9 seconds to go in the quarter. And they foul the second on Jack Voth. Boy, typically I stay pretty right along with the scoreboard and fouls. I've been either I'm way off or the scoreboard is way off tonight.
I had that as Voth's first personal as well, so I hear you.
Kyan Tolles knocks in the first. And misses the second, 1 of 2, 10-point game. Buhler with a rebound, 41-31. Wade Meyer, left side, and has a pass stolen away at the buzzer, and that'll get us to the end of the third quarter of play. Well, Buhler was up just 2 at halftime. Vikings hanging around. But a spurt here in the last 5 minutes. Part of that, a 10-0 Crusader run, and they lead by 10 at the end of 3, 41-31. This is Crusader basketball. Back in a minute on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
What do you look for in an insurance company? Hello, this is Brad Patton from Wade Patton Insurance. If you're looking for sound advice, dependable service, and the careful evaluation of your family's insurance needs, you should give us a call. At Wade Patent Insurance, we specialize in personal service. Your agent that evaluates and sells you your policy is the same agent that will be there answering questions and providing sage advice when you need it. So if you're looking for personal service from an accessible agent, check us out online or give us a call at 620-662-5469.
Come check out the all-new 2022 Jeep Wagoneer at Allen Samuels in Hutch. Built for comfort and style with third-row seating, adaptive cruise control, passenger touch LED display, hands-free liftgate, keyless entry, and more. Take a test drive today. Need something smaller? We have inventory arriving daily. Check us out at allensamuelshutch.com or stop by at the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
HKFM.
Well, here we go to start the fourth. Buhler now up by 10, 41-31. Our final 8 minutes, Vikings will have the basketball to our left. And up top, a three missed strong by Cale Madrigal. Rebound for the Crusaders. Buhler the other way. Buhler scored 18 points, outscored Winfield 18-10 in that third quarter. And another Viking foul coming here as Buhler works it into their half court. That will be on Cale Madrigal. See, I have that as his fourth now. And
I actually have that as his third. That's one of the few times I've agreed with this
they've got it for his third. A free throw by Diedrich Willard-Trask, and that'll be Diedrich's first point of the night.
Well, you do enough basketball games, you can almost keep score in your sleep. So it is always kind of one of those things that if you start noticing, man, there's lots of mistakes.
Yeah, it's either something's up. Willard-Trask 1 of 2 at the line. 42-31, lead 11. Buhler's led now in the second half by as many as 12. Vikings in their half court against Buhler's man defense. 7:25 to go. Riley Yingling inside to Acosta, and a charge taken by Diedrich Willard-Trask. He leads the team in that department. That is number 9 on the season.
Such unselfish play there by Diedrich Willard-Trask, stepping in front of Armand Acosta, of all people, to try to draw the charge. Great play there by Willard-Trask.
14th turnover on Winfield. Buhler with the ball in their half court. Here's Hernandez, dumps it off left baseline. A floater, good by Wade Meyer.
Good to see him get involved in scoring his second field goal of the evening.
44-31, Buhler up by 13 for the first time. 6:58 to go in the game. This is Acosta, right side circle. Off to Ian McCauley. He'll shoot the three, and he'll make the three. Second tray of the game for McCauley. 44-34, lead again is 10. Buhler the other way. Meyer to Hernandez. Zay across the timeline. Ricker far side, guarded by Acosta.
And Winfield, now that they're down by more, having to switch to a man-to-man.
Here's Zay Hernandez, give up left elbow jumper, Wade Meyer. Wade Meyer in fuego right now, 46-34, the lead is 12.
7 points for the junior here.
Ikes the other way, pull up Yingling, missed the shot from the free throw line, rebound Wade Meyer. Meyer into front court, racing back into the lane. Right side circle, this is Grant Ricker. Ricker being shadowed by Julian Washington, gets around him into the lane, high off the window, missed. Rebound goes off the hands of a Viking and out of bounds. Substitutions here. Kyan Tolles, Cameron Moore, and Trey Teal all to check back in for Winfield. Ethan Stambaugh, Matt Eddy will come in for the Crusaders. Hernandez and Willard-Trask will go out. Crusader basketball brought to you by Schmidt Electric, by Red Rock Auto Center, Ediger Family Dental, by Phoenix Restoration, and by Sunflower Electric Supply. Buhler up 46-34 with the ball on the inbound. Here's Vogt at the free throw line, spins into the body of Tolles in the lane, ball knocked away, gets it back, puts it up and in. It's great initial defense by Kyan Tolles, but then a great second effort by Jack Voth.
Well, Voth has so many tools in his toolbox, he can make even a good defender look foolish down near the bucket.
48-34, lead grows to 14, 5:21 left in the game. And we've got a whistle on the Viking end of the floor.
3-second call.
3 in the lane. It's the same official, same spot that he called one on Buhler in the first half. Vikings 15th turnover. Winfield in a full court press here. They'll get it. The Crusaders will in front court to Matthew Eddy. Out near the timeline of Ricker. He'll run the point with Hernandez on the bench right now. This is Buhler's biggest lead of the game at 14. 48-34, 4:55 to go. Grant Ricker right side circle, guarded by Trey Teal. Vikings in a man. Ricker right elbow jumper. Boy, the more Grant Ricker can see the ball go in the basket, the more it'll get him back in rhythm. 40-34, lead is 16. 4:36 to play in here. A steal. Boy, it takes an athlete not to travel there. Kyan Tolles. I would have broken both my ankles.
Yeah, Tolles has got some moves.
He was a little juke move in the lane. Now Teal out high, and a whistle and a foul called on Matt Eddy, and I think that's going to be Matt's 5th.
Yeah, he just fouled out here at the 4:24 mark.
Well, Eddy getting his money's worth, much like Eddy money tonight in the game.
Are you going to
had to work hard for that one?
Eddy money references tonight? Do you have some tickets to Winfield, a.k.a. Paradise?
2 tickets. Diedrich Willard Trask returns as Eddy goes out with his 5th foul, and Meyer with a steal on the inbound play.
Big smile on Wade's face there as he got the steal.
50-34, Buhler by 16 with the ball, 4:12 to go. Here's Meyer, floater in the lane, missed. Rebound Vikings. Julian Washington comes away with it. Racing across the timeline, straight into the lane, into the body of Willard Trask, and I think they're going to call a blocking foul.
Yeah, Willard Trask absorbed the brunt of that, but he will get, actually they're going to put the foul on Wade Meyer. So we'll say that Wade reached in before Willard Trask got trucked.
That'll be the second on Meyer. 6th team foul. Julian Washington in the lane. Him and Meyer really jockeying for position. Vikings will get it in. Tolles out front. And a floater in the lane by Kyan missed. Rebound Meyer.
Well, the beautiful thing with Buhler having the 16-point lead, they can really take their time at the offensive end. They're going to call a kick to keep it with Buhler, I believe.
And the funny thing is Coach Swanson pointed that out to the official. That way they wouldn't get the easy transition layup.
We're going to have a timeout here. 50-34. Buhler by 16 with 3:41 left. Zay Hernandez will be back in the game when we come back in 30 seconds on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our 4-year-old grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 80 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
HKFM.
Well, one of Eddie Money's big hits was Take Me Home Tonight, so take me home, James. 50-34. 3:34 left here in the game. Armand Acosta inside to Teal, and this time Diedrich Willard Trask will take the charge up. I'm going to brag on Diedrich again. He did not have a great SIT, and we talked about it mostly because he's matching up against guys that are so much bigger than he was. And again, a very physical Winfield team, a little bit more size, but Diedrich playing that 4 position as a smaller body, just really holding his own.
He is, and just, I mean, unselfish play. I mean, that's the best thing you can say about a guy. You know, taking those charges. I mean, he's literally sacrificing his own well-being for the sake of his team. And that last one, I mean, Teal lowered the boom on him.
And the one that was a no call that he took from Acosta, Costa's a big boy. I for sure would be stepping out of the way there.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit sore when he wakes up in the morning.
But it really is a testament to just who he is as a player and as an individual, being unselfish like that and drawing those big charges.
The ball out of a quick timeout. Stambaugh trying to get it into Voth. It's deflected and stolen away. Here comes Tolles up the floor and a whistle with a foul call. Of course, when you're 16 or 17, your body recovers a lot quicker than when you're 40, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they do play Friday, though. You got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, my body would recover next week sometime. Foul called on Ethan Stambaugh, his first, team's 7th. Tolles at the line, 1-1, missed the free throw, but Washington comes in for the rebound, and the putback is good. Second bucket of the game, first of the second half for Julian Washington. 50-36, lead 14. This game feels like it's gone stale a little bit again offensively for the Crusaders after they built that 16-point lead.
Yeah, Buhler's been stuck on 50 for quite a few possessions.
Now ball knocked away from Voth. He'll track it down in backcourt against Niall Franklin. Jack drives inside. Nice dump down. Stambaugh, layup good by Ethan.
Great job by Stambaugh, waiting for the defender to flash by his face so he can lay it in for two.
52-36, lead back to 16. 2:32 left. The other way in the lane. Back-to-back buckets on offense for Winfield's Julian Washington. 52-38, lead back down to 14. 2:19 left here at Ollie Thomas in Winfield. Home Friday for homecoming against the Heston Swathers. Far side dribble by Ricker, out high to Voth. Being guarded by Arcosta. Corner to Stambaugh, out high to Hernandez. Live tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Hodge. Both inside, count the bucket, and a blocking foul underneath to go with it. That is going to be charged to Niall Franklin. It'll put Jack Voth back at the free throw line.
Chance for an and one here for Voth, and we need to do some tallying up of points here, Aaron. He might be nearing his career high or surpassed it.
I have him now with 30.
Yeah.
So it'll be a new career high for Mr. Jack Voth.
27, the previous high. That came back on December 7th at Salina South. This would be .31. It's in and good.
Well, and the thing that impresses me probably more than anything else is just the fact he's only missed 2 free throws tonight.
55-38, lead is 17. A bucket on the other end. Who made that shot?
Tolles.
Kyan Tolles in the lane, good. And a quick Winfield timeout. 1:47 left in the game. 55-40 Buhler. Back in 30 seconds on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
What do you look for in an insurance company? Hello, this is Brad Patton from Wade Patton Insurance. If you're looking for sound advice, dependable service, and the careful evaluation of your family's insurance needs, you should give us a call. At Wade Patton Insurance, we specialize in personal service. Your agent that evaluates and sells you your policy is the same agent that will be there answering questions and providing sage advice when you need it. So if you're looking for personal service from an accessible agent, check us out online or give us a call at 620-662-5469.
HKFM.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. 35 points is what we've got Jack Voth at now, 55-40. New career high for the junior big. Had 15 of that in the first half, 20 points in the second half. Here's Jack on a drive inside. And shot missed, rebound, and a tie-up. Wade Meyer ties up Julian Washington on the rebound. And the arrow to the Crusaders.
Great job by Wade, making sure he didn't foul but got his hands on the ball to force the jump ball.
Streaming tonight on the Ad Astra Radio app and on the Crusader Sports Network, powered by Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas, and now Buhler wants a timeout with 1:28 left, 55-40 still. And we're again back in 30 seconds on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network. Crusader basketball tonight brought to you by Apple Lane Animal Hospital, by Erickson Custom Building, Yoder Meats, by McKenzie Paint and Body, and by the Photo Cowboy. Our With Coastal Products player of the game and our Dix Phillips 66 Phillip of the game coming up after the broadcast tonight. Good luck to our Buhler Ballers in action. They will take on Andale at West Acres on Friday. Wrestling will be on the road. Varsity guys at Baldwin on Saturday. JV at Marion. Girls at Wichita South. And, of course, homecoming basketball against Heston on Friday. And a shot good by Diedrich. Was that Willard Trask?
Wade Meyer.
Wade Meyer, sorry. You look down and you look up, and then last thing you see is the ball going in. And
that time it was Niall Franklin scoring at
shot
the other
good
end.
there by Niall Franklin. 57-42. 58 seconds left the other way. Three-point bucket good in the corner by Ian McCauley.
Third tray of the night for the senior swingman.
57-45, and we've got another whistle. And a foul on the Vikings.
I believe it was McCauley that fouled Ricker right in front of the Winfield bench.
That'll be the fourth on Ian McCauley. It'll be Grant Ricker at the line. He has not shot a free throw tonight. 5 points in the game. 61% on the year, 20 of 33. First free throw here is good. Meyer out. And Miles Frederick will come back in. Here in the West, Crochet. And Carson Mahler with you from Ollie Thomas Gym in Winfield. Ricker 1 of 2 at the line. A rebound for the Vikings. 58-45. Colton Hines, our videographer on the CSN Crusader Sports Network tonight. 3 missed. Left side by McCauley. Rebound Buhler and another foul.
Yeah, Miles Frederick got the rebound and got fouled, so the junior going to be going to the free throw line, I believe, maybe for the first time in his career.
He's 0 for 2 on the year.
Okay.
Miles with just 1 bucket this year, 1 of 3 from the field. Did get some minutes in that SIT. And he misses the backside, or the front side of 2 here. As Ethan Stambaugh back in, here is Jeffrey Neal now, the 6'1" sophomore. Jeff can play the 3 or the 4. He's got a nice touch from outside. Frederick missed them both. Rebound Vikings. 32 seconds left. Tolles. Baseline jumper by Niles Frederick is good. Franklin, is good. And a timeout by the Vikings. 58-47, and it's an 11-point game. Boy, and you're down double digits, but you still believe with 26 seconds left.
Yeah, Coach Ponce's boys are still playing hard.
All right, 58-47, 26 seconds left. We're back in 30 seconds on HKFM, the Crusader Sports Network.
Check out the all-new 2022 Jeep Wagoneer at Allen Samuels in Hutch. Built for comfort and style with third-row seating, adaptive cruise control, passenger touch LED display, hands-free liftgate, keyless entry, and more. Take a test drive today. Need something smaller? We have inventory arriving daily. Check us out at allensamuelshutch.com or stop by at the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
HKFM.
Crusader basketball on HKFM tonight, brought to you in part by Apple Lane Animal Hospital, by Erickson Custom Building, Yoder Meats, by McKenzie Paint and Body, and by the Photo Cowboy. Jeffrey Neal inbounds to Isaiah Hernandez. Full court press by the Vikings, 19 seconds to go. Here's Stambaugh, and he'll be wrapped up and fouled by Cameron Moore. And that'll put Ethan at the line with 17 left. Ethan Stambaugh 9 of 11 at the stripe of the year. Has 2 points in the game. That bucket came here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, percentage-wise, Ethan, one of the better Crusaders from the stripe this year.
Stambaugh went through a stretch, battled sickness. COVID ran through his family, and finally feels like he's starting to get back healthy from that. Knocks down 2 free throws, 4 points in the game. 60-47. Lead 13, reverse layup. Nice take the other way by Ian McCauley. 60-49, and another foul with 5.1 left.
Well, Stanbaugh has a chance for a new career high.
So did you guys enjoy the Chiefs game on Sunday? How either one of you think with 13 seconds left and Kansas City down by 3 they had any chance at all?
You got to play it out. You know, it's not over till it's over, but I think the most interesting thing looking back is how football-minded those guys that play every day are. And when you're Travis Kelce and you say, hey, I'm not going to run the route that's called.
Yeah,
and you get the first down and put your team in field goal distance. That's pretty crazy.
So basically, you remember the days when you used to play football out in the street and you just run straight and try and go down the field and get the ball. That's all it was. It wasn't any kind of designed play to Kelce. It just, hey, go find some space and catch the ball. 50 yards in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was a game like another.
Well, free throws missed for Ethan, and Vikings pass up the floor the other way out of bounds. Well, I love the call by, if you get a chance to hear Mitch Holtis, he's fantastic. Call the end of the game. Touchdown to Kelce. A lot of people buzzing about the overtime rules in the NFL this week, and I've heard a lot of different ideas. You know, I kind of come to the conclusion, though, you've got 60 minutes to win the football game. If you get to overtime, it is what it is. 60-49 is the final. Buhler's going to win it here. Well, the Vikings made a game of this early. They were up by 4 twice in the second quarter. Buhler a little spurt at the end of the half, led by 23-21, and the Crusaders really put this one away as they went on a 10-0 run in the second half, led by as many as 12 in the third quarter and as many as 17 in the fourth quarter. And they win it by 11, 60-49. Buhler improves to 10-1 on the year and 5-0 in their first rotation through the league. The Vikings fall to 1-10 and 0-5. Winfield will be home again on Friday night to host the Wellington Crusaders, whose girls right now are ranked number 1 in the state in 4A. And Buhler will be at home Friday night. They take on the Heston Swathers in the field house at 6 and 7:45 Friday night. That'll be homecoming from Jim Baker on Friday. 60-49 is our final, and our postgame begins next here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Stay tuned for the Shirt Shack postgame show. Shirt Shack, where the shirt hits the fans. Coming up, the Whifco Steel Products Player of the Game. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader basketball on HKFM.
For more than 90 years, Hutchinson Community College has been the
Foul
premier
right
two-year
to vote.
educational
Jack rotates
institution
in the lane,
Kansas,
off the
offering
window, the dish.
The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. Bring your number to us and get a $100 Visa gift card today. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get you set up and will even put a bow on it. Come visit, call, or text us at 877-621-2600.
The shot inside here. Eddie scoring and a foul. That is Kale Madrigal, who just checked back in the game.
This is Randy
and quickly
Gotti with the Buhler Booster Club. Check out their Crusader Closet
picks
at
up
our
his
next
third.
home football game. Our customized designs and inventory are continually updated, from seats to blankets, t-shirts and sweatshirts, shorts and joggers. Crusader Closet has you covered for all things Buhler. All sales support our Crusader students through the Buhler Booster Club. Like the Buhler High School Booster Club on Facebook to keep up to date and outfit your entire family with the Buhler gear gear they want at the Crusader Closet.
What if there were a faster and easier way to buy your next vehicle? If you could not only look at cars online or on your phone, but negotiate price, financing, value your trade-in, and schedule delivery. With Midway Motors Fast Track program, now you can. Select your vehicle, determine your monthly payments, value your trade-in, schedule your test drive, and then come in to sign the paperwork and the vehicle is yours. Learn more at midwaymotors.com. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back. Our post-game Crusader basketball tonight. Buhler wins it 60-49 over the Winfield Vikings to improve to 10-1 on the year. And let's start off our post-game with some highlights. We'll start back in the first half with a couple of big buckets from Jack Foth. And gets around the defender for Central, dumps it off Stanbaugh. Meyer, he wants a three in the corner. Meyer across the timeline, racing up into front court, spins off into the lane, kicks to Jack Foth, and the three! Gives Buhler the lead back with 5:46 to play in the first. Slide right to Vogt. Jack rotates in the lane, off the window, the dish for two by the big fella at the buzzer, gives Buhler a one. As a shot inside, Eddie scoring and a foul. That is Cale Madrigal, who just checked back in the game and quickly picks up his third. Meyer, take it away. Wade the other way. Layup good. And a 4-0 Buhler run on the steal and the lay-in by Wade Meyer and a timeout. That shot by Meyer gave Buhler a 3-point lead, 29-26. Midway through the third quarter, and Wade Meyer really fueled that run. We'll make that our Dix Phillips 66 Phillip of the game tonight. Phillip on top tier snacks, gasoline, and more at Dix Phillips 66. Family owned at 4th and Stevens and Hutchinson. I really thought that from that point where Buhler's offense really got jump started. They got in transition. Wade had the steal there, the lay-in, and he had a couple of big back-to-back buckets. Really started opening up the offense and forced the Vikings out of that zone.
Yeah, because in the first half, Winfield camped out in the 3-2 zone the entire time. You know, once Buhler was able to build a little bit of a lead, it forced them to break into a man-to-man, which Winfield, obviously, athletically, the Crusaders had better athletes speed-wise, and once they switched to man-to-man, the floodgates really opened for the Crusaders.
Well, Wade Meyer now with 9 or more points in 5 of his last 6 games, Carson. Again, really picking his moments to have big buckets to help this team out, and his length really changes the lineup and forces the way teams have to defend as well.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that plays basketball all year round. Him being able to score that much as of late really, really helps out the Crusaders to submit him as another scorer, as well as Grant Ricker got a couple baskets for that. So it's a big add to have Wade Meyer be able to score like that.
Well, and you know, Winfield in that half court kind of grinded out. Doesn't have the horses, the firepower to stay in that kind of game.
No, and they knocked down some shots that they might not make every night. So it was really impressive. The Crusaders, played a tough. 5 points in the first quarter isn't something you see from them, and it probably won't be for the rest of the season. So to be able to have quarters that are 18, 18, and 19, they finally settled down and battled really hard, and they're going to have to do it again Friday night.
All right, we'll get to final totals tonight and our player of the game coming up right now. Let's get final thoughts from head coach Ryan Swanson. Coach, we kind of talked about it in the pregame. This is one of those nights you're coming off of 3 games in a row, and then you come on a weird night on the road in the league against a team that really coming off their only win and really nothing to lose for them. And that's kind of what the first quarter looked like, first half tonight, as Winfield really slowed it down and made believers out of themselves as the game went along.
Well, I think this is the first game in maybe all year where Winfield has had all their guys. They've played with 7, they've played with 8, and not their own. Is if they have all their dudes there, they have some talent, and man, are they big when they go with that lineup. And they were very, they played that zone, which we don't see much of. They were very active. They made shots that they got guys hats off to them, and they had, like I say, they had all their. They've earned the right for other because of their record, because they're in first in the league right now. Season, with a win, and that's what they were trying to do. And and like you say, you can tell kids, they're kids. At the end of the day, they see 1 and 9, and they see scores against common opponents. And but it's I'm just glad to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're finally able to kind of wrestle control of the game, I felt like defense led to offense. You got to some transition, got to run the floor a little bit, and that helped you stretch out that lead in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, Isaiah, bless his heart, playing. I finally got him a little break there at the end, and I didn't even want to do that. And Jack, those guys played so many minutes, and the other guys did too, but just compared to them. But I thought defensively, that's where our advantage was in quickness and handling. And I thought that Isaiah and Wade in particular got some huge steals and key transition, got us into transition. And and then Diedrich was took a charge or two, and then the play. I was sick that they called a charge on him on that one, because boy, he took it hard to the rim and did such a good job there. But Matt Eddy gave us good minutes. I mean, it was that was a tough game. I mean, that certainly wasn't a hey, let's take it easy and get ready for Heston on Friday night.
Yeah, Matt too, but Diedrich, we talked a little bit about him in the game, going back to the 3 in the SIT in this one. He's had to, as kind of a smaller 4, had to go up against some really big body, strong kids who play very physical.
Yeah.
And you saw him take a couple of charges tonight.
He's so tough.
He really hangs in there tough and just continues to battle for you.
Yeah, he is. He's just, and he's smart, and he's tough, and he's a good teammate. And yes, those, he recognizes, limitations. He's not 6'6" like most of the guys he's guarding, and they outweigh him. But, Diedrich is, you take the combination of smart, tough, and he's strong. I mean, he's one of those kids. He, Jack, and Miles in particular worked out with Marcus Dawes, our personal trainer, nonstop. And Marcus is half crazy. And you can just tell they've reaped the benefits of quickness and strength and athleticism. And Miles Frederick is a kid that, doesn't play much. Got him in there a little bit. But he's another guy that, I think he's close to being able to step up and give us some minutes, because physically he's more than capable and strong and athletically, and he's starting to play well in the JV game. So, him, Jeffrey Neal is another kid that's definitely capable of stepping up and giving us some minutes down the stretch, and we're going to need those guys.
All right, Coach, it's going to be quite a 9-game stretch coming up.
Yeah.
5 of those teams are state ranked right now, and
you know what? I appreciate you telling me that, because that's just what I wanted to hear.
I'm trying to pump you up right now, Coach. That's what I'm trying to do. I just
it's been a long day.
Yeah. Well, you guys certainly by the end of this should be battle tested. Hopefully that sets you up for sub-state and whoever you get, that you've played the best, and that should help prepare you physically and mentally.
Absolutely. That's one thing about our league and about our non-conference schedule. There's going to be some 4A teams that are going to get home games. A couple of them come to mind that they're going to have a 5, 6, 7 seed from our league go over there and kick their butt at home, just because of you can run and hide and play weak competition and not challenge yourself, and some of that's out of your control, but most of it's not. And last year McPherson beats us at home when they went back to their sub-state in a very one-possession game, and then they go on the road to a team with a better record, and they have a running clock, and they beat them with a running clock, and so I have a lot of respect for McPherson in that sense, and some of these other groups, Andale, that say, hey, we'll play anybody, we'll hook it up, and we're the same way. So, you're right. We'll be battle tested. Doesn't mean we'll win a game, but it does mean that we've seen and played against the best, And if this, it's kind of like the, getting the 8 seed or the 1 seed and finally at the SIT and playing Salina South as an 8 seed at home. Are you kidding me? And, and then tonight, if this is a 1-9 team,
Right. Yeah.
No, it's not. They've had some bad luck.
There's no nights off in this league.
COVID
that's for sure.
COVID has killed that team more than any other group in our league, and that's obviously better than a 1-9 team and 1-10 or whatever. And
yeah, absolutely.
I wish their coach is a good guy. I hope they get on a roll until that last game when we play him again.
All right, Coach. Well, get some rest, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Thank you, guys, for coming.
That's Coach Ryan Swanson in our post-game. We're back with the final totals and to wrap it up right after this on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
More of the Shirt Shack post-game show coming up on HKFM. Stream tonight's game live on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app and on your smart speaker with TuneIn, powered by Next Tech Wireless.
From the minute you walk into Dr. Ediger's office, it's very cozy and warm. The gals that work there are just super sweet and super kind and really make an effort to get to know you and ask about you and your family. So they've definitely built relationships with their customers at Dr. Ediger's.
Hi, this is Dr. Corey Ediger, inviting you and your family to call me at 663-9136. That's 663-9136. Or stop by my office on East 30th to make an appointment today at Ediger Family Dental.
Where patients come first.
At Adams Brown, we go above and beyond to help our clients. Hi, this is Brett Henry. We love to show how our team can help your business. Stop by our Hutch location at 30th and Plum or check out adamsbrowncpa.com. Adams Brown, strategic allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
This is Rod from Rod's Tire and Service in Hillsboro. First responders, we appreciate all that you do to keep us safe. Your one-stop complete source for tires is Rod's Tire and Service in Hillsboro.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth to wrap things up tonight. Our Wifco Steel Products player of the game, from storage tanks to steel walkways, stairways, and platforms. Wifco Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication. Hard not to pick Jack Voth tonight. 15 in the first half, 20 in the second half, and a career best 35 for the game. And, boy, he just picks his spots. He has shot 21 free throws in the last 2 games. So good at getting to the rim, and he's really good too at recognizing when he has a mismatch or a weakness down low and being able to exploit that.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see him get to the rim, and one of the things I just love, I mean, the fact he's so good at getting to the free throw line and then making the opponent pay from the free throw line, because that is such a huge asset for the Crusaders. When you have a guy that goes that well from the line, 9 of 11 from the night, just a great shooting night from the free throw line, and like you said, very opportunistic. That's the best way I can describe Jack Voth. He doesn't take those unselfish shots, and just has a lot of tools in the arsenal move-wise, and made the Vikings pay tonight down low.
And if you're a 6'7", 6'8" guy in the other team, you got to go out and guard him on the three-point line too. So 35 tonight from Jack, our player of the game. Our final numbers brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, proudly serving businesses in Kansas for the past 70 years. Online at adamsbrowncpa.com. For Winfield, they're led by Ian McCauley with 13. Kel Madrigal off the bench, also in double figures with 11. Julian Washington with 7. Riley Yingling with 2. Niall Franklin with 4. And Trey Teal with 3. Vikings were in foul trouble tonight. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys with 2 or more fouls. Most of those shots were taken by Jack Voth. Jack Voth went to the line 11 times in this game. He was 9 for 11 and finished with a game high and a career high 35 points. Other scores tonight for the Crusaders: Diedrich Willer-Trask with 1. Ethan Stambaugh with 4. Grant Ricker with 6, Wade Meyer with 9, and Matt Eddy with 5. Well, Buhler, after a scare in the first half, able to pull away in the second half. And I guess the one thing you take away is we talked about with Coach, you can't take a night off in this league. So.
Yeah, and it was good to see the guys, I guess, bounce back from the adversity. You know, having a first quarter where you only score 5 points and you're down. You know, a lot of teams maybe would have started to fight with each other or really start getting selfish with the basketball or forcing things. And the guys just kind of, you know, ground things out in the second quarter, was able to take the lead at the halftime break, and then just continue to build on that lead in the second half.
And a tough stretch coming up. 9 games left, 5 of them against state-ranked opponents. Then you throw El Dorado in there, which can bite anybody on the wrong night. And we saw what this Winfield team is capable of tonight. So buckle in, Carson. And here we go. It starts with Heston, and that's been a tough game the last 2 years against those Swathers.
Yeah, and they're playing really well. You know, Jake Proctor, Braden Schilling, really shooting the ball well. You always see those guys. They can dunk. They want to put the ball through the rim. They want to do it aggressively. They travel well, and it's homecoming night, so you know it's going to be a big one.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thanks so much for the company and the road trip tonight. We'll look forward to being back in the friendly confines on Friday. And come dressed in your best. It's homecoming, so that'll be fun. Chris Shank, Carson Muller, Colton Hines, our videographer tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you Friday night for Crusader basketball on the air at 5:30 with our Midway Motors drive to the game. It is homecoming against the Heston Swathers. Sterling College basketball on HKFM tomorrow night. The Warriors home against the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes. Join Scott Hogan from the Gleason beginning at 5:45. Your final 60-49. Buhler wins it, now 10-1 on the year. You've been listening to Crusader basketball on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network. Have a pleasant good evening.